Hello Leo, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is your weekly tarot forecast. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And also go check out the other videos on this channel that might pertain to you for your sun, moon, or rising signs. I think that'll give you a much more dynamic picture of what's going on in your situation, all right? So let's just get right into it and see what does Leo need to know for this coming week. And the first card today is a Three of Cups. I think that is a very, very good start. Let's lay out the rest of the cards in our Dove and Serpent spread, which, as you know, involves that mystery card, that bonus card, this unknown card. This may be a confirmation card. We'll see at the very end when we reveal what that card is and see how that might tie this whole reading together or give us that confirmation that we're looking for. All right. So I see a lot of water here. The first water that we have, obviously, was that Three of Cups. So I think that the situation for you this week is really one that concerns the degree of just love and abundance and satisfaction, and maybe even that kind of sense of love and trust and loyalty that you might have in your life right now. I think that you are maybe searching for this kind of thing, that you're really wanting to have this kind of love and abundance in your life. And this Three of Cups, it's one where there might even be a decision that has to be made between the two cups here at the bottom. Like if you are that top cup and you have this love and abundance that you want to give and receive and have in your life, there might be a choice between, you know, kind of where to go for that, or where to kind of express that energy from yourself, right? So there might be a little bit of a choice going on, a little bit of a decision that has to be made for on your part about how and kind of where you're going to be going after this real love and abundance and this trust and this loyalty, this bond and this real emotional connection, right? I do also see a Five of Cups here that's crossing the path of this Three of Cups. So what is this Five of Cups saying? Well, I think that there has been maybe a little bit of a disappointment in this kind of area of your life, in this love area, this romantic realm of your life has maybe lately been a little bit disappointing. Maybe you're not quite as fulfilled as you would like to be. And, you know, I think this week is really the week for you to start focusing on how to get that kind of love and abundance and joy and pleasure and satisfaction. And, you know, maybe it is about that choice that you have to make, about, you know, maybe there are two paths that you kind of are looking at about how to go and have that fulfillment in your life. There might be a little bit of a split there in terms of which way to go. Okay, but I see that what is really going on is that there's been a lack of that. I think there's been, like I said, a little bit of a disappointment in love recently, or just some kind of a state where you're starting to feel that you would like more of that love and abundance and joy and pleasure and connection and that real, you know, deep trust and loyalty and love and commitment with someone. Or something, really. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be like a passion that you have, that you want just more of that joy and fulfillment in your life. And I guess the easy answer is that it's a romantic situation, but not necessarily, and it might resonate in different ways for different people. But there is that feeling of there being a lack of that in your life right now, okay? And so I think that's what the energy is centered on this week. I see in the recent past we have this Justice or Adjustment card. Now this could mean a couple of things. This could really be indicating that you've been focused so much on business and success and these deep commitments and responsibilities that you have in terms of your career or your employment and your finances. That is really taking up all of your time. And so there hasn't really been a lot of time for this kind of emotional or spiritual fulfillment in your life, okay? But on the other hand, this could also be indicating that you recently got out of a committed relationship. You could maybe have broken up or split up with a long-term partner, and that now is leading you to feel this kind of lack of that fulfillment and that emotional connection, and a lack of that kind of joy and abundance and connection that we're talking about, okay? So it could be, I think, one or two of those options. It could kind of be, it could be both, really. It could be all of that wrapped into this one card. But I do think that there is some kind of previous commitment or like agreement or just a binding kind of union, and it could be between you and an employer, you and your career, that's causing this kind of this sense of a lack of joy and commitment and pleasure and that real love connection. But again, like I said, it could be that you recently ended a deep commitment or a deep agreement or relationship or contract, with someone who maybe you were with for a long time, and that is ended, and that's kind of leading you to this feeling this week, right? I think that what you really would like to see happen, of course, is this Princess of Discs. I mean, this kind of summarizes every need, every desire, every want, every experience of joy and love and abundance that you could possibly imagine, right? So I think that you really do want a complete fulfillment in life. You don't want to just have most of what you need or, kind of tick off most of the boxes, but not all of them. I think you really want complete satisfaction and fulfillment in all areas of your life. I think your ideal would be to, have a job or a career that is just lucrative and successful and that brings you wealth and prosperity. But I think you also want to have that, that deep commitment, romantic, passionate, loyal and trusting relationship with a romantic partner. I think you also want like that warm security and safety and stability and love and joy from like a family situation. I think you want to have just an abundance of friends and a very, very strong and supportive network of friends and family members. I really think that you want all of that. I think you want to be satisfied and fulfilled on every level, and on the creative level too, the level of your soul and your spirit, and this need to create and to express yourself and to do whatever it is that you feel is within you that wants to come out, right? Your kind of fiery Leo energy. I really do think that part of your personality, part of your energy, right, maybe your inner nature, is this Three of Discs. And this is really applying everything you have to the situation at hand. I think this card is, the keyword for this card is work or works. And I think you're really giving everything you have into whatever is your current commitment, right? Your current responsibility or area of focus. So if this is true that you are focused really on this career or employment or this business kind of commitment or responsibility that you have, I think you were so committed to it that you really are giving it everything you have, every ounce of your attention, your time, your energy, your blood, sweat, and tears, that I think it is not leaving much room in your life for this Three of Cups, this abundance and love and joy and this commitment and this connection and this loyalty and love and all of that good stuff. So if that is the case, I think that, it's a good quality to be able to focus that intensely on what you're doing and what your responsibilities and your commitments are. But I think in this case, it might have not left enough room for the rest of this kind of joy and pleasure and satisfaction and this, romantic kind of connection. Now, if it's the case that you have just ended a committed relationship, I think that in that relationship, you really did give it your entire being. You gave it every ounce of your blood, sweat, and tears, all of your time and energy, like I said. But you put all that into whatever this relationship is symbolized here. I think you really put in every ounce of yourself, all of your energy and attention. And I think it either didn't really leave enough room for the romantic aspect of it or for, your personal life kind of, if this was the business side of things. If this was the romantic part of it and you really gave it your all and your complete 100% commitment and energy, I think the fact that it didn't work out is beyond your control. I think there is the possibility that you gave too much, and that kind of was a reason for this Seven of Cups here, which is just, this is literally too much of a good thing, this card. Okay, the Seven of Cups here is just things have been spoiled by just too much. You know how a dessert sometimes can just be too sweet? I mean, I've never had that happen, but it can be just too much of a good thing, right? It could just be overpowering. And that could have been maybe what happened here. If this was a previous relationship that was very committed and you really did give it 100%, it didn't work out for some reason, and now you have this lack. You feel this lack of the joy and the love and the pleasure and satisfaction in your life. It could very well be just because it was too much of a good thing there. And it kind of, it spoiled things a little bit. And not that this was your fault, but I think it's just part of your nature to really give everything you have. And I just think that for whatever reason that didn't work out in this case. But if this was a business thing that you've been so focused on business there that you now are kind of feeling this lack of the rest of this love energy, like we've been saying, this Seven of Discs then would just kind of indicate that you've left this area of your life to just kind of wither away on the outside, on the sidelines, on the periphery. So, it really is, I think, about your 110% focus and commitment and giving everything you have to whatever you're committed to. But in one way or the other, that's led to this kind of loss or lack or this maybe even an inattention to this romantic love connection, this really deep satisfaction and emotional fulfillment, this personal, very deeply personal aspect of your life, I think has been kind of left to wither on the vine a little bit in one way or the other, whichever way this is resonating for you. I'm kind of getting these two different vibes of what may be happening here. And of course, that's kind of what I said at the beginning with this Three of Cups, where it could be you on top and then these two separate paths here down below, these two kind of options or this decision that you kind of have to make in order to alleviate this feeling of lack or of being depleted or deprived maybe of that kind of emotional fulfillment and satisfaction. Okay. Don't forget to hit that like button and definitely subscribe to this channel, especially if this reading is resonating with you. Thank you in advance for doing that. Okay, we're going to move on to the path of the serpent now. We do have more water, a lot of water here. So I really feel like your emotional fulfillment, this kind of spiritual, intuitive, deeper connection, this pleasure and satisfaction and love and joy and all of that is really a focus of the reading this week. It's not focused so much on your career commitments or your energy level. It's really focused on how you're going to go about getting that kind of emotional fulfillment and satisfaction, right? We see this card here. I think this is representing you a little bit because, you are Leo, and Leo is a fiery sign. However, there is a lot of water in your nature, and this is the Prince of Cups. This is representing you and your ego and how you're approaching the world right now. And I think what is going on here is that you have, like this Prince of Cups, you have a very intense desire for emotional fulfillment and connection and pleasure, and just you want that kind of love and abundance, but you're masking it by this very professional, very just like friendly and professional, exterior. This persona that you have is just kind of all business or all just like strength and confidence, which is your Leo side. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you have some water sign either in your moon placement or your rising sign might be a lot of water in your chart, because we're seeing just so much water here. And I'm not sure about the previous reading for you for last week if there's a lot of water there. It could be a theme for you, Leo, that there's a lot of water going on with you these days. So I think that's kind of where you're coming from, is that you're masking a lot of these deep desires with this just kind of professional and this, just proud and outgoing and very confident, exterior, this persona. But inside of you, you really have this deep craving and need and desire for that emotional connection, emotional fulfillment, pleasure and satisfaction, and just being loved and loving. I think that's what we see here, what we're experiencing. Or maybe you're not really aware that you're doing that, but it's something maybe for you to look at, because this is This is a no-nonsense card here. This is really saying that something is beneath the surface and you're kind of masking that, right? The next card that we have is the 10 of Cups, and this is in regards to your relationships with other people. Now, I think what you are really looking for, even though you may not be really expressing that on the surface, you may not really be communicating that or like showing that to the rest of the world, what you're really looking for in your relationships with probably everybody that you meet is this connection, this deeper, personal, a meaningful connection, a satisfying relationship. And I don't just mean romantically or sexual or anything like that, although that is a component too. But this is just that deeper connection and satisfaction and really feeling like you know someone, really feeling like the interactions that you have with people are joyful, are warm, are connected, are very they have a lot of substance to them. And that's really, I think, what you're looking for. This 10 of Cups is this is complete satisfaction and fulfillment. On top of that, I think you are indeed looking for that one relationship that can have this kind of satisfaction on all of these 10 cups can be filled, from the very spiritual connections at the very top down to just the carnal and physical, the purely physical connection down here at the bottom, and everything in between, right? And I think you're looking for maybe that one relationship that can have all of this satisfaction, that satisfies you on the level of your heart, your emotions, your compassion and your empathy, but also on the physical, sexual side of things, and on the spiritual side of things as well, and on the intellectual side in between all of that too, where you really want, this kind of connection on every level. You want all of those cups to be filled. And I think you want that one person that can, you can fill these cups with, right? So I think that might be part of what's going on with you as well. Now, the next card we have is the 3 of Wands. Now, this is throwing a little bit of fire into the reading today. And this is the only fire that we have today. Like I said, we've got a lot of water. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 water cards. We've just got that one major arcana and then a couple of earth. So this fire card, being the card, the element, the suit that's so lacking in this spread, this deserves extra special attention and focus as well. So just that we had all this water card, all these cups, all this water, saying, hey, there's a lot of it here, you got to look at it. Since there's so little fire, we have to really look at this one. And this is the 3 of Wands, and I think this is representing your concerns, your fears, your worries a little bit. And I think what it's indicating here is that you really don't want to lose this spiritual fire that you have. You don't want to compromise this at all. And this, I think, is your essential, Leo nature. I mean, this card rules the sun in Aries, but to me, it's very close in energy to the sun in Leo. And I think that this is a fear that you may lose your identity, that you may lose your independence, you may lose that really confident and proud Leo energy about yourself. And you're also, I think, maybe a little bit afraid of being vulnerable. So while you do want all of this water in your life and you want to have this water to fill these cups, part of you is reluctant, and that could be why we see the mask, this persona here with this card. It could be that you are just a little bit concerned about being that vulnerable or opening yourself up to a connection like that. If you are just kind of, all pride and business and professional and energetic, right, and confident, the flip side of that is, well, if I stop doing that a little bit, or if I pull back that confidence, or if I open myself up to these other kinds of energies or opportunities, are people going to see through that confidence and that pride and that Leo energy? So this is definitely, a risky situation for you, especially being a Leo, having that Leo energy in your chart, in your personality, in your soul. I think it really is coming down to just taking that risk and knowing that No matter what happens in the external world, you are still going to be who you are on the inside. You're still going to be that confident and proud Leo person, but you also have so much else that makes up who you are. And especially all this water card and this deep sense of commitment that you have, and this ability to really give a situation or a relationship every ounce of your being and really put everything that you have into it. That is a tremendous skill or energy or talent really to have. And so I think that regardless of what your fears and your concerns are, I think you need to tap in and embrace all of this water energy and just know that it's not going to extinguish this fire. This fire here is so close, being a 3, it's so close to 1, the unity, the source. It's so kind of high up in the hierarchy that it's in no danger of being extinguished by water. If anything, it's going to be complemented perfectly by some of this water energy, right? So I would embrace the inner water that you have here with this card, with this Prince of Cups that we talked about. Embrace that kind of inner water, those inner cups, and let yourself be vulnerable. Let yourself just, go out there and put yourself out there and really see what kind of opportunities open up to you. Now, speaking of that, of opportunities and kind of the more long-term projection here, we have the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is really about that real balanced, harmonious, that perfect, setup of like love and having everything you need in that harmonious balance. So it's not so much now that you're putting all of your efforts into one thing, that you're kind of squeezing something out. It's not that you're leaving this love and affection and pleasure and desire dying on the vine like we talked about. But now everything is in such a great harmony that you have the ability now to really fulfill all of your desires and have that kind of life that you want. If it is kind of your intention to have that one person that can help you fill all of these cups, this is you being in the perfect situation to do that. So this 6 is just perfectly balanced. Everything is in harmony. Everything is really ready to go. And from this point, this really, really like just beautifully balanced position between your head and your heart, your external, your internal world, your conscious and unconscious minds, your professional and your personal kind of life. You have really now the opportunity to fill all of your cups, basically, right? So Leo, let's take a look at this confirmation card before we end this reading and see what this might reveal to us. And that is the Wheel of Fortune. Well, this is really a very, very good card to get. I think this, it's kind of non-specific. This card is just saying that, look, whatever is lacking in your life now, which, remember, we said that there at the beginning that there was some sort of a lack of something, of this kind of abundant love, energy, this connection, this pleasure, satisfaction. Whatever is lacking in your life is going to increase in abundance, and you're going to have major good fortune, good luck, good destiny, good results from doing this. So I think this is a positive, very affirming confirmation card that's saying yes. If you're feeling a lack of anything, you're going to get that in abundance, and things are just going to increase in a wonderful way, and you're going to feel this real sense of just growth and increase and abundance and just tremendous good fortune. Leo, I'm very excited for you for this week's energy. It seems very positive to me, and I thank you for letting me read for you today. If you want to check out the extended version of this, you can become a member of the channel, and all of the information is down in the description box. Thank you.